Hello there. Today I decided to watch a classic film and I thought I'd go all the way back to Kurosawa and the Seven Samurai. Released in 1954, Seven Samurai is a dramatic adventure film about a farming village hiring seven samurai to protect their homes from a bandit attack. The screenplay was written by Shinobu Hashimoto, Hideo Oguni, and Akira Kurosawa, who also directed the film. Seven Samurai follows a three-act structure. In the first act, it builds up the stakes and the emotions behind the villagers' decision to hire mercenaries. It also introduces us to its seven main characters and their backstories and a few supporting characters from the village. Then, in the second act, we watch as the samurai train up the villagers and prepare their defenses. We spend more time getting to know each of the samurai individually and seeing a few of them go on small personal journeys. In the third act, the bandits finally make their move on the village and the samurai go to war with them. The visual journey is filmed in black and white and takes place in a rural farming village in the countryside. Most of the screen time is spent outdoors with the samurai preparing different sections of the village and conversing. There are a couple of indoor locations, but they are simple farmhouses with a medieval look to them. The one big standout of the visuals is the large number of extras that the film commands. The people of the villages aren't just nameless, faceless extras in the background, they move along with the story and react to a lot of what's going on. We get big emotions and reactions from them, and large-scale scenes of the villagers battling the bandits. The soundtrack is quite limited with only a few songs. They're all very simple tracks that offer a single emotion. There are chants and dour flute sounds for sad moments, a light airy track for general scenes and comedic lines, and then there's the theme song which gets played for a few different emotions. The theme song is the only standout track and it stands out for how versatile it is. They have different versions of it and each one gives a different feeling. One version has a single instrument quietly playing the core melody of the song which they use in tandem with the chants for sad moments. Another version has trumpets and plays at full blast and feels more like a battle song. It's used in moments of hope and triumph. For acting, we get stoic performances with overdramatic emotions. The character won't just cry, they'll throw themselves to the ground wailing in sorrow. They don't just get angry, they let the rage tear out of their chest while they scream at the heavens. There are a ton of impressive moments where the actors get to pour their hearts out and really work through an emotion, and it makes connecting with the characters easy. Now that I've described the film, I want to go over what I liked and what I don't think holds up. Story-wise, I think they did a great job of the character development and creating a huge scale. It goes above and beyond in fleshing the characters out and making them feel like real people, and it does a great job of giving context to the different social issues in this era. The journey has a bit of humor, some action, a bit of romance, and a lot of ups and downs. By the end of it, you're almost worn out from all of the different emotions that it makes you feel and from the sheer scale of it. That said, they didn't develop the bandits well or explain why they were so mindless. It's only a minor part of the story, but it did bug me a little. The bandits don't react to the samurai's plan at all, and they aren't that deadly even when they do get loose in the village. It just felt a little disappointing. Visually, the film does a great job of capturing the characters' emotions and really taking full advantage of all the space they had. The actors move about the sets a lot, and Kurosawa plays with depth and composition often. The shots in this film are crystal clear despite being filmed with an old camera in a bygone era. Scenes are all well lit, and they do a great job of moving the camera around to get every last bit of detail. I also love the way Kurosawa directs the cast around as a full unit. Having all these different people moving and reacting to the events at the same time is incredible, and I can't believe how crisp he manages to make it all look. It really reinforces the emotions of the story, and with how the camera gets placed, it allows you to feel like just another member of the crowd. The only thing I didn't like about the visuals was the poor action quality. It's obvious that they're not really hitting each other when they swing their swords, and there isn't any blood. Not even when they're sliced open or shot. All of the gun-related deaths were kind of lame to watch too. You'd watch these actors running across the screen and then hear the sound of the musket firing, but never see the shooter or a bullet. The actors just flop over and play dead. Sound-wise, I already talked about the theme song and how well used it was, but I think it's important to mention just how limited the soundtrack is. There are only a handful of songs and they use each of them several times throughout the film. It gets repetitive and it's obvious enough that I think most people will notice it. On top of that, only the theme song seems to really track well with the story. The other songs feel very generic, and at times they feel like complete filler. Cast-wise, there are a lot of great performances, even with the overdramatic emotions. My personal favorite was Toshiro Mifune as Kikuchiyo. He's a wannabe samurai with a fragile ego. When we first meet him, he comes off as an overbearing prick. Slowly, over the course of the film, we get to see his good side. He's good with kids, he feels deeply for his comrades, and he understands the plight of the common man. Mifune gets to give several good speeches, gets to make an ass of himself as a drunk, and gets to play an over-the-top hero in the battle. Overall, Seven Samurai is a long and intense film that takes us on a simple but powerful journey. The acting is a bit overdramatic, but there are some great performances in here that are quite moving. The visual journey is clean and captures the emotions of the story in an interesting way while making use of large groups of extras to create a grand scale. The soundtrack is a little bland and underdeveloped, but it does use its theme song to great effect. The story itself is full of great character development and emotion, and it's exciting. The only real downside is the lack of a strong villain. As for a rating, I'd give this film a 7 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Bye-bye.